Well, it's a happy holiday, everybody, as we continue our long weekend. It is the 17th of June, and the good news is that we start our local racing as of the get-go of a new week, Monday, and we've got big fields galore at Scottsville, where we are racing from the first race up until the 9th, and the first is off at 11:40, so do be mindful of that early start, which means the bipod also an early start in race number 2. Now, let's talk about that last weekend. Well done to that man, Sean Terry. It is certainly a love story with the KwaZulu-Natal season. And this time it was Hollywood Beth Gravel, where he took out both the Oaks and the Derby. And it's well done to him. And, of course, Richard Fourie on the Derby winner. That is Future Pearl. Right, let's welcome back the legend they call Darren Burrows. We've missed him, but certainly his shadows have hovered heavily over us. He has been tipping us winner after winner after winner, and they have been at good prices. And, of course, congratulations on another victory from your own horse, Cal Forest, Mr. Burrows. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Cecil. Yes, it's been a while. I wasn't really well. I had flu and then a couple of personal issues, but I'm back. Kelp Forest won a cracker. He's actually won twice in the last 3 weeks, which is
Yes.
great. Just touching on yesterday's card, I put a couple of tips on weighted to win, and we caught the pick six at 2,000 Rand perm, paying 26,000. The jackpot of 48 perm, paying 600, and the best bet, Silent War, coming home. Darryl's horse Clarkson also arrived, so it was a fantastic day for Father's Day, and I think there's a lot of value to be had on this card as well.
Right, so we've got that PA starting in race number 2, Mr. Burrows. It's off quite early. That is at 12:15. The betting as we have it, just giving you the top ones, we've got definitely yes, and that is in single digits at the top of the boards as far as I looked last time. First timer for Dean Kannemeyer, Lady Laidlaw, and Craig Zaki aboard as they head up to the big one, and that is at around 23 to 10. Let me just have a quick look at the betting for that first timer before we head back on to you. But the place accumulator looks to be one of the best to be part of this afternoon, as well as the bipod.
Yes, Cecil, I've actually tipped a lot of each way bets for the day, so no real exotics. But if you're playing exotics, I would focus on the place accumulator because there's a lot of value. Race 2, I thought definitely yes, if any good, should make a winning debut because this isn't a strong lineup and he's beautifully bred. I mean, he cost a lot of money and he could go well. My boy Lollipop, I made the immediate danger, but he was a bit disappointing in his last 2 starts.
Just to confirm, Mr. Burrows' selection is that first timer, definitely yes, a brother to runner that's been trained by Anna Khreev, formerly with Mike de Kock, and that is definitely maybe who's won from the 16 to the 2000. That's race 2. Be mindful of that first leg of the bipod starting at 12:15. All right, it is a tabgold.co.za maiden plate. That'll be the opening leg of this afternoon's PA. Take note of that time at 10 minutes to 3. Distance is 1,400 meters, and as far as changes, nothing to report at this early juncture. But it is a change of stable, and it is getting all the support anti-post, and that is the new Alison Wright inmate, and that's the one blowing in the wind. Last night you could have got 22 to 10, came down to 2 to 1, and this morning I see 17 to 10. Some strong form lines. Atandi Umgudla hoping to continue what's been a great run with Alison Wright. That is your favorite. Second favorite is the one that is the 2, in fact, marginal favorite, 33 to 20, and then the one blowing in the wind. Now at 17 to 10 and 6 to 1 and better bar those. Well, just talk about the favorite, Mr. Burrows. We saw that form line, not really franked excuses for the 2-year-old in open company, Tipperary, yesterday in race number 3. Are you still going to have a look at that form line? Facile comes out of that form line.
Yes, Facile, it was a fair debut. I think they expected better in that type of company. And I don't know what to say. Richard Faurie's retained the ride. She's got to have a say. Now, blowing in the wind, up in trip, got beaten PE last time out. It was favourite. Ran beyond Makazole, not a bad effort in Cape Town. But I like a horse called Little Black Gem, who made a cracking debut with Richard Foree back in April and only beaten a neck, followed up by a disappointing fourth. And last time out, the 1200 meters drawn on the outside, never really in the hunt. A new predator, she's by new predator, and I just get the feeling the 1400 is going to be right up her alley. She's only got 54.5 kilos, and this is the value. I think she's trading at around 12 to 1. Take an each way bet.
Bad news for you, Mr. Burrows. Now only 6 to 1 in from that 12 to 1. Little black gem, but the earlier you strike that each way selection, the more value you will get. That's Rachel Fenneker, hoping to continue a good run for the Mace Roberts stable and the owner, Mr. Shugman. They had a winner and a second just Saturday gone at Grable. All right, so it is drawing closer to that big one. That is the first weekend of July. Do get in touch with us and give us any thoughts or any input or any observations of the merit ratings, etc., going into the final announcement of that final field via our X handle or our WhatsApp number. Let's get a rest 4. This is the first leg of the pick 6. It is a merit rated 68 handicap, and that's over the mile. Favorite is the 3 Buzz Bomb. Richard is aboard for the Glen Cotton stable once again, and that is at 5 to 2. There has been money for the Byron Borters charged to 7. Silent Trigger with Smunger back aboard. 3 runs back. It did perform well at Scottsville over course and distance. Quite a few of them come out of that run that was behind down by the in fact, down by the river. Mr. Burrows, how do you see race number 4 panning out?
Well, Cecil, about half an hour ago, I tipped a horse to the public called Bunting. He was at 25 to 1. Within 10 minutes, he shortened from 25 to 1 into, I think, 8 to 1.
I'm looking at it now.
Yes, he won his maiden in cracking style. He absolutely flew up to win. And then he followed up by a mediocre run. Last time out, I thought the 1900 meters caught him out. And the cheek pieces go on from a good draw. I just get the feeling he's going to run a cracker in this type of company. But he's no means a good thing. You got numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 10, 11, 12. They all got form and all can win. I thought the immediate danger could be Buzz Bomb, but in saying that, his maiden victory was against a weak field.
Oh, right. So Bunting, yes, it is 14 to 1 as I speak. And I think by the time the race gets underway, race 4, that will no longer be 14 to 1. It will be single digits. Thanks for that, Mr. Burrows. Play selection 5, Bunting, race number 4. As an owner in race 5, Mr. Berners is very well represented. He's got the 2 Golden Piece and the 8 Marauding Horde. And that form line was well franked yesterday by a top weighted carrying 62 kgs, a runner from the Lonsdale, who had run second in the Lonsdale to Downer to Business, coming through to win and goes by the name of Raise the Hallelujah. Well, number 8 Marauding Horde wasn't that form line. A bit further back than Raise the Hallelujah was to the winner. That is 5.70 lengths, but we can only expect improvement. At the betting, you've got Marauding Horde at 28 to 10. There has been support for a fellow Verner's owned number 2 Golden Piece, now at 33 to 10. 9 to 2 is the 5 Master Fuego. And then the 13 Last Man Standing, 17 to 2, right down to 6 to 1. Likewise, the 7 Lucky Miss, 17 to 2. I thought it was a big price, is now down to 8 to 1. Mr. Burrows, how do we see race 5? This is the middle stakes over the 1750.
Yes, Cecil, I like this horse Golden Piece. He was 7 to 1 this morning, and you just mentioned 33 to 10, I think. So he's obviously shortened. He's a course and distance winner. Penultimate start, he beat Triple Time and quite a strong lineup. And I thought that was a cracking victory back to best. And last time out, he never broke well. He was fighting with his head all the way towards the back of the field and never quickened up. So put an absolute line through his last starts. He'll bounce back from a good draw. Marauding Horde doesn't look like he stayed 2,400 meters in his last 2 starts. He drops back to 1,750. He's got to have a chance. And then that horse, Master Fuego, I thought the best of the rest.
Thank you very much. I'm sure Darrell will be looking at the Master Fuego. He seems to have a love affair with it and has done well for him. That is race number 5. Our selection each way is the 2 Golden Piece, and that each way value is dissipating by the minute. So get on the quick. Race 5, number 2. We're into the first week of the Euros 2024, and of course, a couple of teams have caught the eye. England getting through with that 1-0 win last night against the Serbians in a tough match for them in the second half. And of course, I mentioned that because our sponsors, Betway, have got an array of betting selections, a big betting menu for the soccer, and I do believe that you should go on the website and you will not be disappointed, and you can withdraw before the matches conclude, as with other sports. Right, let's have a look at the betting for race number 5 and in race number 6, rather. This is a Gallup TV, Phillies and Mares 78. It's over the 1950. Now, Mr. Burrows, please tell me I didn't make a mistake. Last night, 4 Nightingale sings. I had 15-2. I see 4-1, and then it's now 15-4. Did I make a mistake in taking my betting?
No, I tipped it about half an hour ago. So
Was it 15-2 last night?
yes, it was 8-1 actually. So
Okay.
yeah, they shortened in half within half an hour. So anyway, this is the horse to beat. 3 runs back, 1/2,000 meters by what was it, 5.5 lengths, easing up. Then last is a penultimate start, 1750. Drawn 14 out of 14. Had no chance from there, only beaten 6 lengths. Then last time out was a mile, and she's a horse looking for 2,000 meters. She was drawn 13 out of 14 and only got beat 5 lengths by Mascarena. Now she cracks the draw and she's up in trip. So I think this was probably the bet of the day at around 7-1, but she has shortened.
I'll tell you what, it's going to be a busy afternoon of following these selections. We have to get stuck in, especially with the market moves that we've already seen this morning. That is race number 6, and that is off at 25-3. Now, race 7 is one of the smaller fields on the afternoon on a card that is filled with big fields, certainly an exotic enticement. And in race number 7, a merit-rated 112 handicap over the 1,000 meters, we have the return of Hit 'em Hard Sunshine, coming off that decent run behind Lucky Lad, and that was in the Golden Horse Sprint, beaten by 5 lengths. It was a very competitive field. Further behind were the likes of the 3 Cliff Top. And of course, we've got a few others who have got chances. Magic Tattoo, Sean Terry. And this is out of a Pinnacle Stakes when touched off by Hit 'em Hard Sunshine before that big feature. So race number 7 over the 1,000 meters. Darren, what do we do in race number 7, sir?
Well, I've included numbers 1, 4, and 8. Hit them hard, Sunshine. The drop back to 1,000 meters going to suit. He only beat Magic Tattoo in a tight finish. There was an objection overruled that day. And I think Magic Tattoo could even get closer or past him this time around with Richard Fourie in the saddle and better off at the weights. So 1 and 8 got to go in. And then Don Carrari, I thought 48.5 kilos on his back. He was an impressive winner 2 runs back over 1,000 meters with Brevin Plykeys. And receiving 10 kilos from Hit 'em Hard Sunshine, I thought Don Carrari could be right there.
All right, so Don Carrari could be the value in that first leg of the pick 3 where Darren has gone a 1, 4, and 8. That pick 3, a last chance to get involved in a pick 3 at Hollywood Bet Scottsville is off at 10 past 3 with the running of race 7. We're now left with 11 runners for the penultimate event of the afternoon. The last chance to get involved in a double. That is race 8 with the scratching of our Verney Princesses. The Phillies and Mares 73. We stay over the 1,000 meters and just having a look at the betting guide for race number 8. We are having a few connectivity problems. We're looking at a wide open field. And the last time we looked at race number 8 of 15-4 was the price about the 3 here and after. And then you had 4-1 about the likes of the 2 Maggie Smith. Also 4-1 was the 4 Rugger Lover was actually nibbled at. And thereafter you've got 7-1 about the 6 Jane's Vision. and also 7-1 about the 12th time for charity. So now, Mr. Burrows, competitive, but 11 runners now left with the scratching off of Vernie Princess. Which way are you siding with here?
Well, this is one of the races I don't actually have a first choice. I thought many horses with chances. You've got Herein After that beat Rugger Lover twice in a row, but there's not going to be much in it with those two runners. Maggie Smith, probably a better 1200-meter horse, but Richard Fourie in the saddle you can never ignore. You've got James Vision that also ran behind Herein After and should be right there. You've got an interesting runner called Far Horizon that was an impressive maiden or debut winner some time back, but I think she's coming to hand again. She could get involved and Rapid Fire as well.
So it is an open looking race. A quartet suggestion, 6 horses, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, and 11. And that'll cost you the 360, but you don't have to go the whole hog. You can take your 10%, that'll be a 36 Rand outlay, or you can even go a bit bigger. But I do believe, as Mr. Burrows suggests, open looking race number 8. All right, so we round off our look at what will be a very, very testing but enjoyable card on this public holiday, Monday, the 17th of June at Hollywood Bets, Scottsville, with a look at a merit-rated 75, a handicap. Once again, I do apologize, connectivity problems. But favorite last time I looked was the 10 Mar del Plata from the Riverland stable, Richard Fourie. Teamed up so successfully on Saturday with Strathclyde. That is at around a 7-2. Others in single digits, well, you've got the 12 Northern Warrior at a 13-2. 8-1 about the 4 Stanley Park. 9-1 about number 7 Professor Lupin, who's finding a bit of support in the antipose. 8 Plettenberg Bay, also 9-1. I think that's a pretty accurate overview of the race itself. Another open looking an encounter to round off proceedings, Darren.
A tough race, Cecil. It's good to see Trent Mayhew back in the saddle after his injury. I think this could be his first ride back. He still claims the 4 kilos. I think he's on 19 winners. And he's riding Intrepid. Now, Intrepid, once upon a time, he was rated, I think, close to 100. And he dropped right down to a 72. He took some time to find his form. And he could go well. He was only beaten 2.5 lengths by Yamadori. Then you've got Stanley Park. He should be thereabouts. You've got others to consider. Northern Warrior. He's in good form and there's a full claiming apprentice on his back. So he could get involved. Another 2 runners to consider all the time. And Fire Tonic. I thought he was an impressive winner in his penultimate start of a course and distance.
Best bet on the card is Exacta as far as the value on the turn is concerned. The 2, 4, 12, 14 and 15. And should you get the right ones that fall into that first 2, it is a great, great, great return. 2, 4, 12, 15 and 15. Mr. Burrows, as I say, I can't say enough how great it is to have you back, and we look forward to your continued contribution as the week progresses on. But do enjoy the rest of your long weekend.